Hello and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today we're going to be working on the Transformer Optimus Prime from Fanhome Stage 43. Let's get the book open, we'll get the parts open, and depending on how long this takes, we might add Stage 44. I can't say that for sure at the beginning of recording a video because I don't know how long it's going to take. But I'm trying to make my videos about 15 minutes these days, rather than some of them have been 2 to 3 minutes because of parts count. So we've got left shoulder outer ring, left shoulder extension plate, arm joint detail, just quite a few things, and quite a few little bits and pieces, screws, metal part right here. Interestingly, it says on the friction rings to put a drop of glue on it to hold it in place. I actually think it showed 2 friction rings in the instructions. I could have sworn. Maybe I missed that. Maybe I was looking at stage 44. Had to have been looking at stage 44. But it said to put a drop of glue on the friction ring. Okay, so we take this metal piece here, right here. You can see it is keyed. And we drop this part on top of it. Just looking, so we have, just double checking everything. And I'm not sure, because this is again one of those times that they don't show the pictures really detailed, but it shows this spot here that has the hole for the nut facing me, and then I think this part right here with that notch, rather than the large notch, goes on here like this. We'll find out, and if it comes down to it, I'll end up having to take it back apart. I think that is correct. So 43F, position the gear. Okay, I thought it was a friction fit or friction piece. It is, they're calling it a gear. So we're going to drop that in here, and it's actually for friction. We're going to drop it in here face down like this. What that's going to do is make the shoulder lock in place as you rotate it. We can take the spring out and this metal piece out. I don't think, other than matching it up on here to here and here, I don't think it actually is directional. Actually, you know what? Maybe it is. It is actually. It has to go this way. I was thinking this direction, just because. Let me double check something here. Let me turn this 180 degrees around, and it does fit that way. So still best guess on the direction that goes on there. Let's see. Finally apply glue to the upper edge of 43A. So the gear retaining plate stays in place. And tabs. I'm not going to glue this on here in case I have to take it back off, because it does show it going the opposite direction than what it does, than what it'll actually fit. So we're going to just leave that the way it is right there. If it needs to be glued later, I'll glue it. So we're going to drop this spring in here on top of the assembly from stage 42. This part is then going to go on here, and I'm looking, it doesn't really show which way it has to go on here. I believe, and I see why they say to glue it, because this will slip off. I believe the larger hole is, again, on this side. So we're going to slip this down on here, put everything in place, or try to. Takes a little bit of pressure to get it in there. Need to get the screw set up because right now everything is falling apart. Dropping everything here. Okay. So that was how it was on there. And I can now understand why they say to put a drop of glue on here. I'm not going to use super glue. I'm going to use a little bit of white glue so that I can get it back off if I need to. Anybody who watches me build wooden models will know, as usual, my glue is clogged. So let's try a different bottle. I have multiple bottles of white glue. What about this one? Yeah, that one's not clogged. The glue here is just going to make it stay in place while I put it on. Let that sit for a minute. And like I said, get the screws, which, there's the PM screws. Man, what is wrong with me? I don't even have a screwdriver out. I do, they're just sitting over there, not put away. Actually, this one over here too. The PM screw is a flange screw. Put a washer on there as well. Washers are magnetic. So I'm looking. Interesting that it says just to glue this part, and it's kind of funny that this is able to move like that. It's almost like they didn't realize that the flanges were too big for where they said to put them. But let's see if this will hold together this time. I'm just looking, they want the larger opening over here. And that's the key thing, is you got to get this whole thing to go down onto that piece. And again, it is falling apart. There's my oil. I didn't say it out loud, but I was looking for where is my oil. And of course, it's, again, not wanting to cooperate. Hang on a second while I pause to get the oil to function. Okay, I actually got the screws started first before restarting the camera because it was just being a pain in my behind. So I'm going to tighten this down and then I'll show it to you. And I'm tightening it all the way down because it does have a lock nut on it. So it's on there now. Hopefully everything is right and it does rotate. And it's kind of funny, this part is still free to shift back and forth. Let's see, time Tabs is indicated by the arrows. Insert the shoulder whole assembly over the shaft. PM screw and washer. Connect the assembly, ensuring the shaft passes through the hole while continuing to apply pressure. The parts secure the part with PM screw and washer. Okay. But it does not address the fact that this is free to flop. Wonder if that's going to be my latest grumble about how well these part works are actually made. Okay, so we've got the washer, the extra screw. We have an SP screw, P denoting it's going into plastic, so I won't be putting oil on that. That SP screw is going to hold this detail part on here. I believe that there is a keyway on here. There's a keyway here, right there on the end of that part, and a keyway on here. So that keyway is going to make sure you put this thing on the right direction, like that. So let's put this screw in there. Of course, it would help if the head of the screw was on the cross point of the screwdriver rather than the threads. And we'll put that in there. That's not grabbing. Let's see if this one will do it. Yep. And that's got that piece in place, just like that. And then the last piece, you're going to need some glue as indicated on the sockets, or two little sockets there. That is going onto right here with the split in the flap. The split here is going to go down. So it's going to go on there like that. Didn't expect to need the glue, so let me get that out. Figure out where. There it is. There's my pen vise for the glue. Put a little drop of glue there. And instead of putting the glue on the plastic side, I'm going to put the glue on the, well, they're both plastic actually. Instead of putting it on the blue plastic side, I'm going to put it on the silver plastic. And we're going to push this in place like that. Hold it for a couple seconds. So it grabs. You can see it's on there. And I don't know how many times I'm going to continue to point this out. This is bouncing back and forth. Looking at this, there's got to be something that's going to go in there and grab that and hold it in place. So that is all there is to do in this issue. We've hit 14 minutes, so I'm not going to do issue 44, or yeah, 44. But one shoulder is most of the way complete. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post new content. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, have a great day, have a great day tomorrow, and I will see you in my next video.